Leaving home is one of life's rites of passage. But if your child has a disability, that passage is often blocked. They could still be living at home and in need of care well into your retirement age. This week, the Legislative Assembly hosted a summit of carers, where a hot topic was alternative housing options. Now, we're talking about accommodation that allows independence and dignity for the children and a degree of freedom and peace of mind for the parents. Does such accommodation actually exist? Adam Shirley went along and met one family that's grappling with the problem and another who found a solution.
I know Mum and Dad for a long time. I remember when I was young, I was maybe Mum was talking to me.
What was she saying?
I just said, "Oh, you lovely baby."
Greg is not difficult, to have around. He's very easy. He's got a very easy temperament. So we're very fortunate in that regard. He comes and helps me with so many things, the washing. He's always there to help put the washing out, and he always brings it in. I never have to bring washing in.
Greg Donnelly is nearly 40 and lives with his parents, Cecily and John. They are his full-time carers, and they've been trying to secure a more independent future for Greg.
We've had his name down with a couple of different programs, for years, I suppose. Most of them haven't come to any sort of fruition.
What the Donnellys need is a long-term supported accommodation for their son.
Greg is very, very routine conscious. Everything has to be right on time for him. I suppose that's one of the big factors, whereas if he's not here we can be a bit more relaxed about, when we eat, what we eat and, what we do in a day.
Cecily and John are acutely aware of the uncertain future Greg faces when they can't look after him anymore.
The thing I worry about most is things like his medical appointments. Now, if he were to go and have to sit on his own in the doctor's in the hospital waiting for his eye treatment for 4 or 5 hours, for 5.5 hours, that would be terrible for him. Just getting him to a doctor on time and getting to recognising the occasions when he needs to get to the doctor, which sometimes he wouldn't do himself. There are other things that we worry about having to pass on to our younger family, because busy as all they are, I don't want to have to be asking them to do his tax returns. Centrelink have always got to have a return every now and again. And they want to know where he's up to, and that's fair enough too, but it makes it very difficult.
The Donnellys are not alone. There are over 43,000 people in the ACT who provide some level of care for a family or friend. This week, 60 carers got together to nut out ways of getting better support.
I have a son, 21-year-old son with autism and epilepsy. We had to build a program to build his skills and to ensure that he developed to his potential. There are a lot of really good people who work within Disability ACT and the sector, but the solutions that we felt were required were not available within the current system.
Currently I am a single mum at home. I have 2 children, a 16-year-old boy with autism, ADHD and hearing loss in his right ear. And I have a 14-year-old daughter with dyslexia and central auditory processing disorder. To be honest, I'm too scared to go away because it's been that long since I've gone away, and I'm scared to see that the grass is greener on the other side, and it's quite different to what my home life is like.
Young people with disabilities and mental illness, many of them would like to have the choice of living independently. Currently we have a crisis-driven system. And even though families may do a lot of planning, there are no places available at the end of that planning process. It seems to us that the higher and more complex the care needs, the less choice and options or places available. So these families are exhausted, they're frustrated, and they don't have anywhere to go. It is an expensive bill, but it's a bill that we as a community need to find. We need to find the funds. And it's also the question here today is who pays? Is it just government and families? Maybe there are others in the community who can also contribute as well.
Advocates say a range of accommodation and support options is needed. one size will not fit all.
You'll make up a menu for what, 2 weeks ahead? Yeah.
One solution that is working for a group of families is Abbeyfield House in Curtin.
Started in 1999, the group of parents and the residents decided, well, the residents wanted to be independent basically, but they didn't want to live alone because it can be quite lonely living out there in a one-bedroom flat. The parents wanted their sons and daughters to be safe and secure, as of course all parents do, and they recognised that people with disabilities can be vulnerable living in the community. And the ACT government gave us the land, built the house and then handed it over to us. So it's run by a committee totally of volunteers. So it's a self-funding model. We haven't had to ask the government for any more money.
All the residents have a say in how the house operates. Each is responsible for their own room, while an on-site housekeeper takes care of cooking and cleaning the common areas. The results are plain to see.
They are doing things that their parents thought they would never, ever have been able to do. It's like they've been given a little bit of independence, they've grabbed hold of it with both hands and they're off and running. They are just so self-confident now. A group of them on Sundays, every couple of weeks, will go off to the Southern Cross Club for lunch. They just take themselves there. Just sort of things that anybody in the community would do, but because they've been living at home with their parents, and I mean, I'm guilty of this too, we do tend to buffer our sons and daughters, particularly if they have a disability, because we know life out there can be cruel. But they're just wonderful. They have taken off. Their independence has just gone ahead in leaps and bounds. It's just amazing.
It took quite a few months, but as the months went by, it became a lot easier, and I've been here for nearly 3 years. The people are really nice, great group of friends. It gives me independence from away from home.
I think my confidence has been improved heaps. Yeah.
And your mum and dad happy?
Yeah, they are very happy. They're very proud of me doing this.
I know all the parents had real problems about stepping back, but I think by and large we've managed it. And it's also been made possible by the fact that our sons and daughters have really flourished in this environment. We feel free now to step back.
Stepping back is not an option for the Donnellys. They hope a place will become available for Greg, but time is running out.
We've both had very severe health problems over the years, and but it's just fortunate we're still going and still able to help him and support him. Yes, we do feel, either of us or both of us would go suddenly, it'd be very difficult for him. That's why we would like to see him into something as soon as possible. I think we just have to hope and pray that, things will work out for him. We're always hopeful that they will.
Adam Shirley with that report.